Welcome back to the mat. I'm so happy that you're here. Today we're going to be doing full bodies Pilates. You know I love to work everything all at the same time instead of isolating things too much, but today will be perfect if you have tight shoulders, if you spend a lot of time at a desk, if honestly you just live life in 2025 and you have a cell phone. This will probably be the perfect workout for you. We're going to be working on strengthening that upper back, opening up our shoulders, opening up our chest, and just making more space and improving our posture. So posture, check. Desk worker, check. Has a cell phone, check. Hitting all the bases today. So super excited for you to be here, and let's get started lying down on our mat. I'm gonna have my feet flat on the mat, knees are bent, pointing up towards the ceiling, and I'm gonna roll on down and fix my shorts in the process. And we're just gonna lay here for just a little bit. Think about centering your spine, think about gluing your entire back into the mat. That way your arms, usually we would have palms pressing down. I want palms up today, because I want us to really think about getting the backs of our shoulders melting into the mat. It's easy when our hands are palms down. We tend to kind of scrunch in like this, if you can see the difference, where we're rounding over. We're really opening up, so palms are going to face up to help facilitate that. Just inhaling, exhale here. Inhale. Exhale, I want you to think about the weight in your feet being evenly distributed through all corners of your feet. So you're not rolling more to the outside, inside. Everything is evenly distributed here. Inhale one last time. Exhale, let it all out, out, out. Sink that belly button even deeper into your mat. On your next inhale, let's bring our feet a little bit closer towards our bum. We're gonna articulate our spine up, up, up off of the mat. Bring our hips up towards the sky. We're in a straight line from our shoulders to our hips to our knees. I want you to come down that same way, articulating your spine. Let's come back up on an inhale. Think about lengthening your knees away from you so you're making more space in the front of that hip here. Exhale, coming back down, down, down. Let's flip our palms so palms are facing into the mat, trying to keep our shoulders open. We're going to inhale all the way up to the top. I'm going to wiggle my left foot a little bit more towards the center. I'm going to lengthen my right foot. Up towards the sky, down. Thinking about simply pulling my leg. So my leg is getting longer as it comes to hover above the mat. We're also trying really hard to keep our hips stable here, in line with one another. So making sure that we're not rolling or anything like that. Think about lengthening, lengthening, lengthening. Bring your foot back in. Take our left foot long. We go up, we go down like we're trying to get longer, like someone's pulling our leg, hovering, inhaling back up, exhaling all the way down to a hover, making sure these hips stay stable here, back up, down, 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 lengthening away from you, back up, lengthen one more time, getting longer, 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 bring your feet back together, articulate yourselves, down, 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 get a little wiggle, reset your hips. We're lifting up again. Inhale, lifting your hips. Knees are stretching away from you, making space in this pelvis. Right leg goes long. You're going out wide, back in. Out, in. And everybody's going to be able to go a little bit differently here in terms of how wide they can go. But I don't want you ever going wider than just your mat. This is a big hip strengthener, so it's a lot. Find the mat with your foot, lengthen that left leg up long. We're hovering above the mat, out, in. Inhale out, exhale in. Inhale out. So not only are we working our hips here, but there's also a little bit of oblique action happening as we work to stabilize. Ooh, my left side's so much harder. Ooh, last one. Bring your foot back down, all the way back down. Take your hips wide, again, your feet wide from each other. And let's just do two up. And then another last one up, really articulating. Think that you're really getting each and every vertebra. So you're coming from your pelvis. It rolls so much you get one vertebra, then another, and you keep going all the way up. Big inhale at the top. All the way back down, 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 down. Hug your knees in to your chest. From here, we're going to put our legs into a tabletop position. So knees are bent at a 90-degree angle, shins are parallel to the floor. I want your hands to be on top of your thighs. I want you to roll your head, neck, and shoulders up, and I want you to press into your thighs. We're going to press for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Roll it down. We're going to do that 2 more times. Pressing up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, rolling down. Last one. Press up. 5, 4. You should feel this in your core. You should be shaking a little bit. I know that I am. All the way in. Bring your knees in, in, in. I want you to bring your arms into like a goal post, like a football goal post. Palms are facing up towards the sky. Elbows are bent at a 90-degree angle. Again, we are opening through our shoulders here. We're going to go into like a TikTok variation. So we're going to bring our knees over to our right. Look to the left. Getting a bit of a stretch through that spine. Back to center. Knees go left. Gaze goes right. Back to center. And I want you to think about pressing more with the elbow of the side that you're going towards. So if your knees are going to the right, press even more deeply in with the elbow of that right arm. That'll help stabilize you. Left. Pressing with that left elbow. Come back to center. This time we're going to let our knees come all the way over to the floor. We're going to stack our hips, and we're just getting a stretch here. I like to bring my right hand on top of this knee stack, just to kind of pull it gently. Gives me a little bit more of a stretch to that low back. Again, if you're somebody who sits at a desk a lot, if you're somebody who drives a lot, any of that, your low back can get really compressed, and we're just making a little bit more space here. Just bring my hand back to my goalpost, bring my legs back to neutral, all the way over to the other side. So knees come down to the ground on the left side, my left hand comes right on top, my gaze is over to the right. I'm trying to make sure that my right shoulder stays on the mat. That's how we get that stretch, that's how we get that length, that's how we get the space in our back body. Big breath here, exhale. All right, bring that hand back into its goalpost. Let's come back up. All right, I want you to lengthen your right leg towards the sky. You're gonna bring your left leg all the way down to the mat. Your arms are still in this goalpost position. We're just gonna do a few leg circles. So I'm gonna cross your body, out, up. And I want you to think about making space in that hip and keeping the backs of these shoulders on the mat. So almost like we're stretching ourselves in 2 different directions. I'm gonna switch the direction of my circle. And I wanna make sure it's really hard here when your arms are up like this to stabilize you, but that's why we're doing it. We do hard things. All right, I want you to keep your right leg long. Hover your left leg off the mat. We're gonna switch in the air. Left leg comes high, right leg comes all the way to the mat. Arms are still in this goalpost, opening through our chest. Low back stays on the mat. And do a few circles. Again, thinking about trying to keep our hips as stable as possible. These are pretty small circles, and honestly, you could be right up here if that's what works best for your body today. Let's switch. So going out, down, in, up. And my left side is always my weaker side, and I can feel my hips wanting to move so much. This is a big, big effort on my part to keep my hips stable. All right, we're gonna scissor our legs back up, up, up. I want you to grab on to your right calf or behind your thigh, just not your knee itself. You're just gonna pull it towards your face, lengthening that right hip away. So you're almost like you're a pendulum, and as one thing comes closer to you, your hip's going farther away. Just making a little bit more space, stretching through our hamstring. If you want, you can walk your hand up, your head up. I don't love doing that. I like the stretch of like making it be a bit more passive by just holding on. If you're feeling really active and you want a little bit more, feel free to float your head, neck, and shoulders up. All right, arms come back to that tabletop, to that goalpost. And we're gonna scissor our feet one more time. So they're crossing in the air. Right leg comes all the way down to the mat. Hold on behind your left thigh or calf or wherever you feel that you can reach today. And you're just pulling gently towards you, but trying to make your hip go farther away. I know that sounds very counterintuitive, but just trying to make a little bit more space down here. Again, if you spend a lot of time sitting or at a desk job or driving and commuting, we just have tighter hips. So we're trying to make a little bit more space. Again, if you want something extra, you can walk your head, neck, and shoulders up and you're pulling that way. It'll deepen your stretch. I want a more passive stretch. Really feeling it lengthen all through that hamstring. All right, arms back in that goalpost. Float your right leg up to meet your left. I want your arms to go directly overhead or towards the sky. So right in front of you. So you're like a little dead bug almost. You're gonna roll yourself, head, neck, and shoulders up. Legs go up, arms go up. You're gonna come to a teaser position. If you want to bend your knees here, totally fine. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, we're gonna stay straight, straight, straight. I'm shaking. I'm gonna bend my knees. I'm gonna fold my legs. I'm gonna roll over into a tip top. Nice little graceful transition. It's always fun to like play around with those, and that was a fun one. All right, we are on our hands and knees. Shoulders are directly over our wrists. If you're like me and you hyperextend, put a slight bend in your elbows here. We're just gonna do some scapular push-ups. Again, just making space in our upper back. So you just sink your chest down, lift your chest up. Do you see how I'm only moving through like my shoulders? My hips aren't really moving. My arms themselves aren't moving. It's like I'm trying to puff up my back like I'm a scared Halloween cat and then letting it sink back down. I'm keeping my head neutral here, just trying to make more space in those shoulders, reminding our shoulders how they're supposed to move. I do want you to think about sucking your belly button in and up so you're not swaying through your back and like hurting your low back here, making sure that this pelvis is really, really neutral and stable. So a few more. Nice. Let's come to a neutral position. I'm going to bring my right arm out in front. I'm going to sweep it down, 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 back behind me. It's going to open up to the side. I'm going to look up. I'm trying to keep my hips as square here as possible. It's really easy to like want to bend in or like rotate. Trying to keep this square. That'll lengthen the stretch in your upper shoulders. Then it's going to come back behind you. Sweeping, sweeping, sweeping. Head comes to neutral. Arm comes out in front. We're going to do 2 more, just like that. Rotation through the shoulder. Palm is facing that wall. I'm going to go back out. My palm is now facing towards you guys, the camera, my body. Palm is still facing in towards my body. Last one. And as my arm goes back, my head starts to come up. Palm is now facing out. Again, trying to keep my hips as neutral as possible. Right here is where my palm is now facing back in towards me. Straight. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Bring that hand back down to the mat. Left arm goes out. Palm is facing in towards my body. It's going to come down. I'm going to open up to the side. My palm is now facing out away from my body. Right here, it comes back in, facing my body. Around, around, around. We're just getting a little bit of rotation here. Again, reminding our shoulders all the ways that are capable of moving. Down to the last one on this side. Keeping that belly button in and up to protect our low back. Rotating. Forward, forward, forward. Nice. We'll just come all the way down to our bellies. Your head, it's going to be on the little pillow that you make with your hands. So my hands are just one on top of each other. My forehead is right on top of my hands. My legs are zipped in together. We are going to do like a swimming Superman variation here. So we're going to lift our legs and we're going to lift our chests at the same time, but I'm keeping my head on my hands. So if you want to just watch for the first one, I'm inhaling, I'm lifting up, I'm coming back down. This is strengthening all of our back muscles, which we need for good posture. So, inhale up, hold, keeping my shoulders down my back, bring it all down to the mat. Lift up, hold, try and bring your legs together, pressing your pubic bone into the mat, come back down, come back up, hold, and we're going to beat our feet together, beat our heels together for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold, lower all the way back down, one more time, lift, 8, 7, 6, beating our heels. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding. I'm bringing my arms into a T. I'm bringing my arms back. My palms are facing towards the ground. My chest is still lifted. I'm rounding through my shoulders. I'm going to bring everything down. My right cheek is going to come to the mat. My hands are going to come together at my low back. My elbows are going wide, sinking, giving me a bit more of a stretch through my shoulders. Just take a quick breath here. Inhale. Exhale. All right. Again, zip your legs up so you have one long leg. You're going to kick your bum 1, 2, 3 times. Lengthen your legs long. Lengthen your arms up so you're hovering. Palms are facing down. I'm going to bring my left palm, my left cheek to the mat. My hands come back behind my back. My legs are long on the floor. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Pull your legs back. Pull your arms back. Chest is lifted. Come back to that beginning side. 1, 2, 3. Open everything up. Other side. 1, 2, 3. Open everything up, up, up. Hold it. Bring your arms back around. You're still floating. Back, 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 back. Back forward. Maybe your palms face each other. Back, 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 back. My legs are still floating. Last one. Back towards my hips. Let everything down. My palms come right underneath my shoulders. I'm going to tuck my toes. Press myself all the way back. Rounding through my low back. So just counteracting all of the extension that we were just doing. Let's just sit here for a second. Soak it in. That wasn't easy, but it's done. We don't have to do that again, at least for another few weeks if you come back weekly. Do an inhale and an exhale here. Last inhale. Last exhale. Come up to that tabletop position. I want you to roll over on back again. Let's have our legs go long. I'm just going to adjust my shorts. Leg go long, arms come up overhead. Yes, just recentering ourselves a bit here. Let's have arms up towards the sky. Feel them lock into place in your back. Your shoulders lock in place. Big inhale here. Flexing strongly through your feet. On your exhale, you're going to round yourself up, over, 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 all the way over your legs. Maybe you hold onto your toes or your shins or your thighs, whatever you're reaching today. Just rounding, rounding, rounding. Float your hands up so they come by your ears. And we're going to roll all the way back down. You can think about flexing your legs strongly here. Arms come to the ceiling. Arms come behind you. I want you to think about trying to keep that low back in the mat, even as your arms go away from you. Inhale towards the sky. Palms are facing each other. Exhaling, peeling my back up off the mat and rounding over my toes. My hands are facing each other. My palms are facing each other. They're separating, they're separating, they're separating. My head stays folded over. They are now facing each other in the back. Maybe you can grab onto your hands, pull yourself even deeper. If not, and you're just drawing your arms towards each other, that's great too. Stay rolled over. Our arms go wide, wide, wide. Reach past our toes. Palms are facing each other again. We're going to go around one more time. Rotating through our shoulders. Again, reminding our shoulders what they're capable of. Maybe you hold on. Maybe you come deeper. Maybe you just try and draw your arms together. Go around, around, around. Palms face each other. I want you to try and keep your arms by your ears as you roll all the way back down. My arms are still by my ears. Still by my ears. I'm rolling down my mid-back, my upper back. My arms are still by my ears. I want you to have your palms face the sky. Just our arms are moving here. We're coming to the ceiling. We're coming all the way down to our mat. Again, coming all the way back up. Try and keep your low back on the mat. stretching through those shoulders. Maybe your hands don't come all the way back to the mat because you can't do that and keep your back. Totally fine. Come to a hover just like I am right now. And we're just going to stay here. Over time, with a little bit of help from gravity, your shoulders will sink even more towards the floor. Maybe you get one on the floor. Maybe you get the other on the floor. Maybe you stay to hover. Inhale back towards the sky. Back down to the mat. Let's go back up, up, up. Seeing how long you can keep your low back on the mat. That's the priority here, not how low your arms can go. Remembering to breathe. Letting gravity help. Maybe you see how close you can come without forcing it. And I, just because I've been doing this for a long time, I can bring my arms flat on the mat, but I'm struggling to keep my low back on the mat. So remember what your priority here is. All right, bring arms back up to the sky. We're going to keep them there. They're plugged into our back. You're going to bring your feet flat on the floor. Maybe you need to adjust yourself down. I want you to bring your feet into a tabletop. Adjust yourself again. On an inhale, you're going to roll your head, neck, and shoulders up. We're going to go into our hundreds. So inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe you want to challenge yourself and straighten your legs. Maybe you want to straighten one leg, the other leg. Maybe you want to lower your legs, lift your legs as you're doing this. Pick your poison. Not one is better than the other. They're all just variations. Inhaling and exhaling, 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 exhaling. Let's come all the way back down. Bring your arms back behind you. Keep your knees in your chest. I want you to scrape your arms alongside for hug your knees in. All right, let's bring our feet flat onto the mat. And then we're going to lengthen our legs out. Arms come up towards the sky. Shoulders are plugged into your back. Round up and over. Reaching past your toes. Maybe you could hold on, pull yourself a little bit deeper. Stack your spine up so you have a vertical spine. Readjust your seat or your shorts, maybe both if you're me. We're going to bring our legs wide so that we are wider than our back here. I'm going to bring my arms onto my shoulders, hands onto my shoulders. I twist once to the right. I twist once to the left. Bring my arms into a T. I twist to the right. My left hand comes and saws off my pinky toe. My back palm is facing the ceiling here, so we're getting a little bit of rotation through that shoulder. Come back. Switch sides. Saw 1. Saw 2. Saw 3. Stack up. Switch sides. 1, 2, 3. Hold on. Maybe you can hold on to the outside edge of your right foot with your left hand. Maybe your right hand comes towards the sky. If you want something a little bit more challenging, you can try and put your right hand on your left waist. Again, one's not better than the other. They're just variations. I'm going to keep my arm up. It feels a little bit better on my shoulder. Put my hand up. Come back to center. Twisting to the right. Sawing off my toe 1, 2, 3 times. I'm going to hold on to the outside of my left foot with my right hand. Again, you can bring that hand to the opposite waist or just keep it floating up. Bring your hand off your foot. Come back to center. Bring your hands into the middle of your legs here and just creep your arms out. Rounding through your back. Getting a little bit of a stretch right here. Breathing. Exhale. Maybe you see how far you can walk your hands out. Maybe you grab onto your feet and you pull yourself forward. Maybe you're just right here and you're just rounding your back and straightening your back. Again, one is not better than the other. Everything depends on how it feels in your body. I'm going to stay here for one more inhale. And one last exhale. I'm going to walk my hands back towards my waist. So I'm sitting up nice and tall. I'm going to lift my left foot, or my right foot, sorry, bring it back down. Lift my left foot, bring it back down. I'm going to hold on to my right ankle, lift it all the way up. You can keep your knee bent here, or you can try and straighten it. I'm rocking back so far that my left leg just floats right into my hand. Bring your legs together, bring your legs apart. Bring your legs together, bring your legs apart. My chest is open. I'm pulling myself up my legs just as much as I'm trying to pull my feet away from my body. I'm gonna inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, we're rounding ourselves back, back, back. We roll back ever so slightly. We come back forward. This is called open leg rocker because our legs are open and we're rocking. Pull yourself using your feet. Your hands are on your feet for a reason. Inhale, exhale back. Inhale up. Proud chest. You see how my chest goes from this rounded to this open position? All the way up, up, up. Ooh, try to hover. Last one. Exhaling. Inhaling. Nice. Bring your legs together. Maybe you bend your knees here. Maybe you keep your legs straight. I'm going to take one hand off. I'm taking my other hand off. Oh, I'm rolling myself back. I'm pivoting. I'm landing on my pelvis. Again, you can bring your legs bent here if you need to. I'm going to try and lengthen my legs open. Bring them back together. Keep them open. Bring them back together. Bring them back together. I'm going to bend my knees. Roll my body all the way down, down, down. Hug myself in. I'm going to shimmy down my mat. I have traveled. Hugging myself in. Opening my arms. Feeling that goalpost again. I'm going to bring my feet flat to the mat. See if you have more space now in your shoulders than you did when we first started. I'm walking my feet in towards my bum. I'm going to open my hips. Just like we did at the very beginning. But keeping our shoulders open here. Bringing myself back down, down, down. So one more time. Inhale, lifting, articulating our spine up. Drawing our knees away from us. Exhale, bringing yourself all the way home. I'm going to walk my feet back out. I'll bring my hands just behind my thighs. Walk my body up, up, up. And we are all done. Thank you so much for joining me for this full body Pilates, but big emphasis on our shoulders and chest opening. And can't wait to see you guys next time. Bye.